Okay, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It seems I'm wearing this jumper again, seems to be a thing, and sorry about the light and stuff back here. This is a bit of an impromptu video here. And again, there's no cycling content, that's plainly obvious why. I'm doing a bit on the watt bike here or there, but I'm having to tail it back a bit, but I'm keeping the watts low. As far as that's concerned, that's the cycling news for this channel. This is a call for help, basically. Now, as you know, and as I've mentioned recently, Alex, who has Becker muscular dystrophy, is currently living at home. He's looking through a PhD place somewhere in the UK. He's on a couple of reserve lists as we speak. He's waiting to hear back from 3 other places around the country. But since May, he's been living here. Obviously, it's been wonderful having him here. He's a lovely human being. But what's becoming more and more obvious is the progression of his condition, which is crap to watch as a parent, both of me and you. I'll give you a couple of examples. You saw recently in the last video him walking across the kitchen on his tiptoes because he doesn't have the flexibility in his ankles to be able to do that with straight legs, and he doesn't have the leg strength to be able to do anything about it. Basically, it takes him an hour to pluck up the courage to get out of bed, and once he's stood up, it takes him 10 minutes stood up, sort of supported, to be able to sort of sink into a sort of position where he can walk like that. Yesterday he went to go for a shower. These are more examples. I'm going to give these. Yesterday he went for a shower, went to go in. We had a shower room put in. We've got a wet room put in last year, thanks to the council with the grants that you get for disabled grants, and a local builder, cousin Ben, thank you. They put a wet room in, so we've got a full level flat floor, but Joe had been in and cleaned it, and to Alex's feel, there was some residue on the floor, and he was so nervous about slipping on it and falling, he sort of potted around for a couple of minutes and then bailed on it entirely, because his legs just lose all strength and he doesn't want to slip and he doesn't want to fall. Granted, we're at home, it's the reason I work at home, so I can go and help and rescue should he fall, but he doesn't want to. He's just lost all confidence in being able to get around, which is fully understandable. It's just so bloody heartbreaking watching him, watching the condition progress, I think is the best way to say it, but it's playing on his mind a lot more. We can't have a manual wheelchair for him because with it being Becker, it affects his arms and his heart, so he can't physically push himself around. Now, for his legs, he's got splints, so as I mentioned, he can't bend his feet fully up, so he's walking tiptoes, and that's because he simply can't lift his toes up, lift his feet up. These splints are supposed to be able to slowly pull them back towards his upwards natural position, but they don't really do a great deal. And we've been trying to get in touch with physios and people to try and help. We want to try and help by doing some stretching with him, doing some physio exercises, but we don't know where to look, and so I'm asking for help, basically. This is a clean out call for help. It's heartbreaking. So we need to get somebody basically here to show how difficult it is for him to get about. The physio that he has got, I think, doesn't quite understand how hard it is for him. All of his discussions with her have been online through emails, and Alex has been terrible at showing how difficult it is. And I think it's now plainly obvious that we need somebody to come and show us what to do to help him, and then to help himself in the future, to give himself some little exercises to do. Now, I say exercises, sitting on the end of the bed trying to raise a leg up one at a time is very difficult for him. We're trying to increase his quad strength because he basically doesn't have any. And I'm trying to get him to do certain stretches and what have you, which again are difficult. Sorry, Alexa shouting at me there. But we need basically someone to come up here to spend an hour or two with us to show us exactly what we need to do to help Alex. Yes, he's 23, he needs to be able to help himself as well, and we need to be able to get him set forward for the rest of his life, because when he moves away, he's not going to have us with him to be able to get him up. I mean, it's got to the stage now where he doesn't really want to go anywhere, I think, because he's worried about having to go to the loo. So he doesn't drink much water, so he doesn't have to get up to go to the toilet. I mean, that's not right, is it? I mean, yeah, society just isn't prepared for something like this. I mean, it's prepared for people with level access and disability, and usually people in wheelchairs have sort of leg atrophy or spinal injuries, and they still have full use of their arms, if not even stronger with their arms, because of what's needed to get around. He doesn't have this. He's basically relying on outside forces to help him get around, hence his power chair and then us. So yeah, if anyone knows anything about how to help rehabilitate in some way, gain a little bit of strength in his legs without damaging, to aid flexibility, please give us a shout. It's needed. I just hear him getting up and about now. It's actually early. It's 5 to 11. It's actually early for him to be getting around. Yeah, it'd be hugely appreciated. I think it's plainly obvious how much this affects us. It's so hard to watch your son just fade bit by bit. Yeah, anyway, get in touch. I'm gonna go.